Let's do this.
It is done. Hey everybody, my name is Kyle. Welcome to Star Wars Edge of the Empire Under a Black Sun. We are playing a pre-published game published by Fantasy Flight Games for the free RPG day back in 2013. So if you want to check out the adventures that we're playing today, you can find the link for it down in the description below. And have fun with this game. The first 17 pages of the PDF are all rules. So if you've never played Edge of the Empire before, you have rules there. Yeah, it's a fun game, and hopefully you enjoy our live stream. So I'm going to let our two players this evening introduce themselves and the character that they will be playing, and then we'll get started. So, Stan, do you want to start us off?
Sure. So I'm Stanley Moore. Hi. I'm playing Trey'Essek, who's the Trandoshan hired gun. So
Perfect.
And
Brett?
I am Brett. You can refer to me as Fat Man if you like. I am playing as CH1, the droid. Tanky as hell.
And what does CH1 do? What is his class? Or not class, I'm sorry, career?
CH1 is a bounty hunter driven by the obsession to perfection.
Awesome. I like it. I like it. So, briefly, have either of you played Star Wars Edge of the Empire system before?
I have not. I've played only homebrewed systems.
Okay.
No, never. I've only really played Pathfinder, so.
All right. Well, this should be fun for all of us. So as we go through the mechanics one at a time, we'll bring us all up to speed. So for those of you watching at home, hey, this is a good game to watch because we'll be learning together. So in order to start a game of Edge of the Empire, we have to build our destiny tree. So what all three of us are going to do is roll a force die. So for Brett and I, up here in the top right corner of our app, we can add a force die and roll that. Dan, go ahead and roll your force die, your white one, and tell me what text pop up.
I got one black dot.
One black dot. And
I believe I messed up based off of my
you got
test
two
rolls
black
earlier.
dots. Yeah, so Stan, for you and I, make sure that we clear off all the dice between rolls because the app won't clear them off. And for those of you at home, I don't know if you can see it on our screen, but we have a dice roller app that we could use, and you can see the black dot down the bottom corner of my screen. So I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to give you guys two of them. Start off with 2 light side points, 2 dark side points. And these can be used throughout the game for a couple of things. Upgrading rolls, what's that mean? We'll get to it. Introducing a special narrative element to the game, or you can produce an item that you didn't have before. So those are your 3 uses for them. And the points go back and forth. So we're starting 2 and 2. If you use one, then I get a point back. If I use one, you get a point back, things like that. Make sense?
To clarify, those can be used narratively to throw obstacles our way, and we can use those to either give us new equipment, change a role, or add something narratively to the story. Correct?
Perfect. That's it.
Excellent.
All right. And with that, let's begin. So let me... Now, of course, YouTube rules being YouTube rules, we can't play any actual Star Wars music, but imagine to the best of your ability as we get started. All right, Under a Black Sun. It is a dark time for the galaxy. The city of Coruscant, once the glittering pearl of the Republic, now languishes under the shadow of the Galactic Empire. A bustling black market flourishes in the underworld, controlled by the notorious crime syndicate, the Black Sun. Hired to infiltrate a Black Sun outpost and retrieve vital data on a bounty hunter who betrayed the Pike crime family, A small group of enterprising individuals works rapidly to access the heavily encrypted Black Sun network as things take a turn for the worse. And in case you guys weren't sure, that small group of heavily or enterprising individuals is you. So we open the the credits scroll up into space, and we start by seeing the two of you sitting at a computer, and CH1, you're looking around, covering, and Trey'Essek is trying to plunk away with his claws at the computer screen. And you see the download bar, and it's scrolling, 97, 98, 99, 100% downloaded. A data pad pops out, and you grab it. But just then, klaxons flare overhead, and you start running. And you run away with the stolen data. You hear Black Sun agents scrambling to investigate on the floors above. You exit the skyscraper onto a bustling landing platform, where a droid-driven airspeeder sits nearby, awaiting a passenger. A blaster bolt whizzes past your head, and the speeder seems like the best and only option for escape. As you jump inside, the droid quickly zooms away into the streams of traffic. Unfortunately, the Black Sun thugs are not that easy to lose, and within seconds, they are in hot pursuit on swoop bikes of their own. More blaster fire screams past your speeder, when suddenly a lucky shot takes out the piloting droid with a bang. What do you do?
Well, I have planetary side piloting. What about the Trandoshan?
I have 1 rank in piloting planetary, so I could try and grab it.
I've got one I've got one myself. So,
So
do you want it or do you want?
Whoever's going to reach for the controls will make me an average piloting check. That means you're going to add 2 purple die, in addition to the good die that are listed on your character sheet.
I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
And make sure everything else is cleared up. Perfect. You have a success. Excellent. So CH1, you take the other droid and you push its carcass out of the way, and you grab the controls and you bring the speeder around, and you're able to gain control. So as you guys both look behind you, you still see 3 swoop bikes, with a human, a Rhodian, and a Twi'lek all just screaming after you, and blaster bolts are flying past your head. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative. And in this system, initiative either uses your cool or your not cool or vigilance. And in this situation, because you are prepared and you knew a fight's coming, you could use either.
Vigilance and which one?
Vigilance or cool. And it would be no purple dice.
Well, for my vigilance, I've got 2 of the yellow and 2 of the purple. So. Damn.
Alright.
Whereabouts are the vigilance or cool? I can't see them.
Either cool or vigilant. So if you don't need, the only thing I don't like about the sheets I gave you guys is that they're not complete. So I printed out my own list of skills that is the complete list. So if a skill's not listed on your sheet, tell me, and I'll let you know the characteristic. Right. And so what you'll do is roll that many number of green dice, just like I did for the NPC.
Right. Well, I can't see either of those here. So
cool is based on presence, and vigilance is based on willpower.
Right. Okay, my willpower is 3, so that's probably what I want to be rolling, right? 3 green?
Yeah, 3 green with no purple dice.
Okay, I've got 2 of those sort of arch things with the dots and 1 explosion.
So 1 success and 2 advantage.
Yeah.
I've got 1 success and 5 advantage.
Woohoo! All right, I like it. So in Edge of the Empire, initiative is not firm. Initiative moves. And so instead of saying CH1 goes first, it's instead a player character goes first. And so you guys get to choose who goes first, in which case, actually, you do start.
Do you want to shoot at them?
Yes. I think we should choose at them. Always a good idea.
Okay.
Got a massive rifle. So.
Go ahead and take the first go, and I'll keep piloting.
So
Okay.
these guys are at, hold on 1 second, Stan.
Okay.
So these guys are at long range, so make sure you roll 3 purples.
3 purples. Okay.
In addition to your range, light or heavy skill, depending on what you're using.
Okay, so you for the attack you roll the yellow and the green that's shown there on the sheet, right?
Right. So you roll the good pool that's shown on your sheet, and
Right.
then
the
bad
purple
pool, depending on what whatever you say.
Okay, so I've got on the yellow 2 advantage, and also on the green 2 advantage. And on the purple, I've got 1 triangle thing and 2 of the pentagons, hexagons.
Okay. So the triangle thing is a failure, and failures and successes cancel each other out. And you didn't say you had any successes, right?
No, I don't.
And then the imperial symbol cancels out advantages. And you said you rolled 1 of those?
I've got 4 advantages, I think, because I've got 2 on each dice.
What about on the purple dice? How many?
And on the purple dice,
threats?
I've got 2 threats. So.
2 threats. So the 2 threats cancel out 2 of your 4 advantages.
Yeah.
So overall, you fail with 2 advantages. What you can do with those is either narratively tell me how you don't hit someone but make something good happen, and that means that you can give a blue die to CH1 on his next turn.
Okay, so they're on speeders, right, following us. So like, I'd miss them and maybe shoot the speeder, right? And sort of slow it down, maybe.
Sure. So you hit the speeder a little bit, and the rider kind of knocks a little bit and pushes. They kind of start shifting out of position a little bit. So I like it. So CH1 on your next roll, you'll have a blue die added to your check. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Good.
So next up is one of those thugs on a speeder bike following you, and so he's going to use his maneuver to get closer. So he's going to go from long range to medium range, and he's actually going to spend the entire turn doing that. He's going to give up his action and just move, because to go from a long range to medium range, it's 2 maneuvers, and each turn you get an action and a maneuver.
Right.
And for those watching at home who know the rules really well, I'm playing the vehicles as if personal scale, not vehicle scale, so bear with me. All right. Next is the other PC, so CH1.
Right. So what I would like to do, are there any lanes busy at the moment?
Oh, this is Coruscant. There are lanes busy all over the place. You have speeders above you, below you, besides you. Right now, I kind of envision you guys are weaving in and out of traffic, trying to lose the speeders behind you.
Well, if I'm already doing that, I guess I'll take a pot shot at him with my long-range blaster rifle.
Now, are you going to let go of the controls to do this, or are you going to, kind of whip behind you and start shooting, kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm going to look behind me and take a pot shot at him.
All right. Are you going to shoot at the one that's at medium range, or one of the 2 that are at long range?
Medium range.
Okay, so roll your attack with 2 purple.
Okay. Do I get a blue die for this?
You do, because of Trey'Essek last turn.
Excellent. Damn it. I had no successes and no failures, but I did gain 2 advantage off of that.
Okay. So what do
Do
you
my
want to do?
advantages stack up?
Not from turn to turn, no.
Hmm.
So with 2, you can give a blue die to, and I misspoke before. It's not to the next person. With 2 advantages to any ally. So Stan, you could have given 1 to yourself for your next check, or 1 to CH1 for his next check. 1 advantage would just be a boost to the next person. Conversely, you can also give a black die to one of the NPCs as well, or instead.
Right.
All right.
Right.
What did the black die do again?
Black die is a setback die, so it's just more bad dice to their check.
Right.
So it's an additional disadvantage to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
So
do
you
that.
you're going to add a setback die,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
to any one of them in particular, or like the one that's at medium range, which I'm going to say is the human, or the Trandoshan, or Twi'lek or Rodian, who are both at long range. Go.
I'll give it to the one at medium range.
The human? Okay. So the human will have a setback on his next turn. So the Twi'lek is going to go, and he's going to stay back at long range, try to get a little bit advanced on you guys, but he's going to stay at long range and take a shot at you guys. Oh, he is not a good shot. So he's, going to be, he's just pulling on that trigger, and blast bolts keep flying by your guys' head. In the process, though, he actually, as soon as it's shot past the human, his ally's head, and kind of rocks him back and forth. So I'm going to give a boost die to CH1 for your next piloting check, or for CH1 for your next check.
Cool.
And the Rodian is over there. He sees the Twi'lek shooting up, and he says he's going to get closer. He's going to spend his action and his maneuver to get closer to you guys. So he is now at medium range as well. And that's the bottom of the order. Back to the top of the order, I need a player character. And either one of you can go.
Right. I'll go again then.
Okay.
So there's no ammo for these, right? I'm not at risk of running out.
No. If you roll a despair, which is that really big symbol on the red die, then you'll run out of ammo for your gun. But unless unless I make you roll a red die, you're not even at risk for that.
Okay.
In the Star Wars universe, like blaster packs last forever. You can fire about 1,000 shots out of them before you run out.
But he's using a slug thrower though.
True. Trandoshans were known for that, and they basically work. Think of it like an actual rifle.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know that because I've been playing Jedi Knight, and whenever he's shooting, he's got bullets. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'll just take another shot at him. Do I lose a purple because he's now closer?
Right. So the human or the Rodian are you shooting at?
Let's shoot the Rodian.
Of course, shoot the Rodian. Yeah, 2 purple.
2 purple. All right. Okay, I have a success, an advantage, Sith symbol, and a blank. So I think that's...
All right. 1 success, no threat or advantage, because the threat and the advantage both cancel each other out.
Right. So I hit.
So 1 success, you hit. So what you're going to do is take the base damage that's listed on your character sheet and add 1 for each success. So take your base damage for your slug thrower and add 1.
So that's 8 damage.
Excellent. So your slug flies true and hits through the Rodian through the chest, and you just kind of see him, flop off his speeder bike and give a Wilhelm scream as he falls to the depth below.
Somebody's going to have a good scrapping day.
Trey'Essek shot first. Right.
Star Wars nerd coming out. Okay. So the human saw his Rodian partner fall, and he's gonna try and hit you guys back. He's gonna actually aim for the pilot. Aim for CH1. And he's going to miss, and he's going to have a threat against him. So what happens is he's so worked up from watching his buddy fall. Maybe they were very close, and he just starts shooting wildly at you. And in the process, he forgets to power up his bike and move closer to you, and he gets kind of caught up in traffic, and so he actually falls back to long range. So now both NPCs are at long range from you guys. And we'll have the other PC still. So see if one.
Let's see. I'm going to see if I can try to lose them in the crowded streets and back alleys.
Okay. To do that, I will need. Describe to me how you plan on doing this before I tell you what to roll me.
Plan to accelerate and take a sharp turn down one of the numerous openings between buildings.
Okay. So I'm going to say that that's more of a stealth check because you're trying to hide them as they go. So make me an average stealth check, which means 2 purple. And stealth, if you don't have it, is based off your cunning skill.
That will be which die?
With the blue die from the Rodian's advantage, yes. Or Fred's.
So is it the yellow or the purple? Or the yellow or green?
So if you don't have stealth as a skill, roll the number of green equal to your cunning skill, and then add a blue die, a boost die, and then 2 purple for the difficulty.
I'll take it.
Failure and
gaining advantage.
All right. So you make it into the alleyway, okay, and unfortunately these guys are on swoop bikes, So remember episode 6 of the Stormtroopers, it's kind of like that. So they're pretty easily maneuverable, and they follow you down into the alleyway. But your advantage is that you were able to get a little bit of space on them, and so they're both still at long range, and most likely, if you try this again, you might lose them. So you'll add a boost die to the next check to evade them.
Excellent. We will kill them all.
Yes.
Unfortunately for you, the Twi'lek doesn't want that to happen, so he's going to burn both his maneuver and his action to get closer to you, so he's now in medium range. And that'll bring us back to the player character.
Right.
This
would be all. Do you want this one? He's in
No, you should take it, because if we can get more maneuverability, it's way better than me just firing off into the distance. Could we get above them and have me jump on one of their speeders?
To be honest, guys, I was considering just slamming on the brakes and ramming into both of them.
Just go.
Just play the Benny Hill music. It'd be beautiful.
I like it. Make me an average piloting check. If that's what you want to do, it'll be an average piloting or an easy piloting check, so 1 purple, with 1 blue die for the previous roll, plus another blue die because you're already in front of them. They're careening down on you. So I'll have you add 2 blue dice to that check if you do it.
I will do it because my piloting is actually pretty good.
So before you do that, I'm going to spend our first destiny point. So you guys now have 3 and I have 1. And you're going to make that 1 purple die into a red die.
So no purple, 1 red.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, let's roll.
Because there's a chance this can go really, really bad, and it does not. Holy
Well, I got
cow.
5. I got 5 successes and 4 advantages.
Look at all that.
So tell us what happens with that.
Nothing I say will make this as funny as it is in my head.
Right.
I immediately slam on the air brakes
Mm-hmm.
and knock the bikes out from under them, and they keep going.
Mm-hmm.
They end up flying over the speeder and plummeting to their death far, far below.
5 successes and 4 advantages. I say that is entirely reasonable. So everything you say happens.
I generated 1 threat and all that. And what? Yeah, I burnt up a success getting it.
All right. So that happens. You realize no one else is chasing you, and so you guys make it back to start piloting your way back to Chopper's Chop Shop, which is where you were supposed to take this information. The Pike crime families that hired you said, go get the information and return to Chopper's shop, and Chopper will try and decode this information for you so we can figure out what it actually says. So as you walk into Chopper's shop, you see sparks flying from numerous locations all over this large, cluttered shop floor. Everywhere you look, piles of speeder parts, half-built droids, and other stranger contraptions are stacked to the ceiling. Several groups of Ugnaughts are welding and working away on a disassembled airspeeder, paying you no heed. A booming voice rings out behind one of the junk piles. My friend! It is so good to see you again. A large green mottled basilisk emerged, his 4 arms opening to hug the nearest member of the party. He says, "How?
Who among us is he wanting to hug?"
I think it's the lizard man. I'm very huggable. Look at me.
Probably the lizard man, because I mean, why would you hug a droid? They're not even, sentient as far as we know.
They were property. It's not our fault.
Exactly.
Racism.
So he hugs Trey'Essek. You guys share a moment, and he says,
can you just face?
Come back with me to my room. We will speak in private. And he turns around and heads back toward his office in the back.
Okay, I'll follow him in.
All right, so
I believe I will follow as well. I may not like what I see.
all right, so so Chopper sits down at the desk and, do you have the data pad?
Yes, we do. It's right here. Got that right. And so I'll give him the data pad.
He takes it and, excellent. He slides it into his computer and he hits the keyboard a few times and starts downloading and running the decryption software. And he turns around and looks at you and says, "Once we have this bounty hunter's identity secured, the Pike family wants you to bring him down for his betrayal. He cost the bosses a fortune by stealing a shipment of their spice and bringing it to the Black Sun instead. Unsurprisingly, the Pikes aren't happy about it. And they'll pay well if you can take care of this problem for them. They may even forget about a couple of favors you owe them,
As long as I'm paid.
All right. Do you guys have any questions for Chopper as this is downloading? This is working.
Who are they suspecting?
We're not sure. I mean, hopefully this document you found will have the bounty hunter's name on it.
These bounty hunter types are dangerous. There better be a good payout.
Indeed. Especially since this one was working under an alias. Hard to track. He was working for the bosses to dispatch another smuggler and take that shipment back to the bosses. But after he took out the smuggler, he took the shipment over to the Black Sun. That's hundreds of thousands of credits worth of spice that he handed over to the other team. So hopefully this file will give us his real name.
Disloyalty is unsavory.
Do we have any idea what he looks like?
Say that one more time.
Any idea what he looks like?
I think he's a Nikto. But we'll see when we get his identity. While we're at it, how was the heist?
It went alright until we were chased down with some speeders. Thankfully, the droid's piloting skills got us through.
Anyone survive?
Not that we
Unlikely.
know of.
Good. We don't want them to find about this operation either. All right. As he says that, the computer screen in front of him goes ping, and the file opens up, and you just see text upon text upon text. Okay. Making sure that wasn't my daughter, one of the neighbor dogs. Winston, you don't have to say hi back. Dog. So he looks through the text and here he is. His name is Kato Liachos. I will type that out into the chat window. That way you guys know how it's spelled and whatnot. There we go. Give me just a second to take care of my dog. Oi!
I will devour his soul.
Can droids do that?
Of course. How else do you think we get a soul?
I think they just oil them up. That's
Winston,
it.
no. Alright, sorry about that. So, Kato Liachos is a Nikto, and he formerly worked for the Hutt. But since he became free, he's made his reputation with a number of high-risk, unauthorized bounties. Now, I am familiar with him, and I know some of the places that he frequents. He likes to go to 3 locations nearby quite frequently. One of them is the Umbra Club. The other is the Spider. And finally, Zelcom Tower. Why don't you check with your contacts, any friends or allies you have in the area, and see what you know about these things.
Let's see. Well, we have comm links, and the HoloNet is accessible everywhere. Kyle?
Yes.
So, who do we know?
On your character sheet, under your description on the left-hand side, you should have listed a couple of names of people that you might be familiar with.
Under... Yeah, I don't seem to have any contacts.
Okay. Make one up.
The only...
Hold up. So I have Trey'Essek, I don't have TH1's character sheet. Let me see.
The only name
Yeah,
on my character sheet is a guy who was dead, so something tells me he wouldn't be the best one to ask.
Yeah.
We could always ask him. It's good to be neighborly. Damn it.
I'm just gonna get a random Star Wars name, and he'll be my contact.
Well,
So Chopper looks at you and he says, "I've got this buddy Spang. He's a human death stick dealer down at the Umbra Club. He might be able to speak with you. Tell him I sent you."
So it's like he'd be the place to go then.
All right.
Hello?
Is that a vote to go to the Umbra Club then?
Yes.
absolutely.
All right. You guys start heading out toward the Umbra Club, and as soon as you enter the cantina, you notice the smell. Now, CH1, you're a droid. You don't actually smell, but your smell receptors are going off that it's stinking.
Smells like home.
The combined
Smells like
odor,
my wife.
the combined odor of stale liquor, burning death sticks, and other rank substances washes over you. Inside, a collection of sparse tables, half-broken chairs, and tattered couches adorns the main room. A series of private booths line the right wall, each with a ragged curtain pulled shut. In the center of the room,
There.
In the center of the room, a large, brightly lit dance floor pulses with colored lights in an almost hypnotic pattern. A handful of patrons relax at various tables and couches, all lost in their own reveries. Behind the bar, a gruff Godol slings drinks to a group of humans clustered at one end.
I'm sorry, what species was it?
A Godol.
Not familiar with that one.
Dr. Google will show us in a minute.
I'll ask the bartender if he's seen, what was the contact's name?
Spang.
Bane?
Spang. S-P-E-N-G.
Spain.
Okay. Well, I'll ask the bartender if he's seen Spain.
Says, yeah, he's over there. He's busy.
We'll approach him and ask him for the information.
I'm gonna head over. I'm gonna look quite intimidating.
Okay.
Obviously not hard.
So, as you walk, you walk up to the curtains that the Godol bartender pointed to, and you rip it open, and inside you see this human male that he's kind of very finely dressed, but also looks like he's definitely a person of the street. And across the table from him is this young, wirely tweaked out human female. She kind of looks up at you with big, druggy eyes, grabs her stash and runs away, pushing you two out of the way, and bangs, "We weren't done! Come back!" Ah! And he says, this better be good."
What? To ask about Cato and the Outros. Do you know anything about Cato and the Outros? That's.
Who's asking?
The
Pike crime family.
The Pike crime family.
Right.
The Pike Syndicate, I'm sorry.
Pike. Yes, them.
You know, it's going to take a little more than that to get me to say anything.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to start cracking my knuckles, ominously.
Okay.
I will follow this gesture.
Showing off my claws.
So go ahead and make me a hard coercion check and I'm going to give you guys a blue, whoever does it, a blue boost die because there's two of you and you look big and intimidating to this
Okay, I'll
scrawny
do it.
little human.
But do you have coercion? I've got 2 ranks in it, so
I've got 1.
I may as well do it then. Okay, I've got. Ooh, ton. I've got 5 successes and 2 advantages.
All right. So, what would you like your advantages to be?
Well, sort of. God, I can't think. Just
Hence,
showing off my
here.
teeth and various weapons. Knowing that this guy, if he lies to us, he's gonna get hurt. So that make him more scared, honestly. So he's more likely to tell us.
Okay.
No.
So, I'll have you guys add a blue boost die to whoever goes and checks next. And says, Kato? Oh! Kato, yeah. I know him. He comes around here sometimes to move merchandise he acquires on his jobs. He likes the sabac over at the Spider, and I hear he owes them a lot of money. That's why he always brings me valuable objects he finds, because I like the finer things, you know?
You don't say.
That's about all I know about him.
Thank you for the information.
Can
It turns out
can we do a check to see if he's lying or holding back at all?
You absolutely may. Go ahead and make me... looking over my skills list and seeing which one would be more appropriate.
Perception?
Yeah, I like perception more for looking for things. But then again, my home group does 5e, which also has investigation. But yeah, perception looks like it'll work. It'll also be hard. So 3 purple.
So 3 purple.
Mm-hmm. But add that blue boost die from Trey'Essek looking intimidating.
Three advantage.
Okay.
No success.
So you're not quite sure whether he is hiding anything or not. With your advantages, though, you're starting to understand him better. So if you do have a social check against him, you'll have a boost die to that.
I believe you're holding out on me, and I will get everything you know, one way or another.
So he says, all right, I know where he stays. He's been holed up somewhere around the Calarium processing plant in Sector 943. It's an out-of-the-way place that no one's supposed to know about. But he stays there while he is on Coruscant.
Guards, local patrols, allies in the area, does he have any of those?
It's going to take a little bit of, you know what, to get me to talk about those.
Well, Trey'Essek, I think this guy really just doesn't want a leg. Let's see if we can remove it.
Yes. Yeah. Or maybe his arm. I was just going to grab his arm.
Okay, as you do that, hey, and you see him reach under the table and push a button, and a moment later, 2 guards, a pair of Twi'leks both come around the corner and grab for you guys, and Spang leaps out through another curtain on the other side of the booth and starts running. You can hear him running down the street. So why don't we roll initiative again?
All right.
3 green.
Initiative is with
Vigilance only this time.
Yeah.
So because you guys weren't prepared for a fight, cool is not an option. So vigilance only, which is willpower.
Willpower easy, yes. Okay.
And
That's
my
green
vigilance. My vigilance is 2 yellow and 2 green.
That's your vigilance?
That's what it says on my sheet.
Sweet, go for it.
I've got 2 rank in it.
All right.
And I have 4 successes and an advantage.
Okay.
I have 1 success and 3 advantages. So there we are.
And they're going to do 2 advantages. You can tell that his minions don't have very good willpower. So 2 PCs and then these minions.
Right, I'm going to claw one of these guys in the face.
Okay. So the way minions work in the Star Wars Edge of the Empire game is actually very cool. All minions that are they may be individuals, but they work as a group, and so they're treated as a single group. So you don't have to decide which one I'm going to hit. If you hit, say you're going to hit the minions, you're going to hit the group, and all damage that's incoming towards that group is going to be spread out first to one minion, then the other. So you don't have to say, oh, I'm hitting the blue skin Twi'lek versus the green. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna claw him in the face. I've got.
Now, are you doing a brawl or a melee check on them?
It's a brawl check, I think. Yeah.
Okay, that would be 2 purple.
2 purples. Alright, I'll set them as well. Okay, so I've got. I don't know what this one. Oh no. I've got Triumph. I've got 2 advantages. 3. Got a ton of advantages. 5 advantages. 2 threats and 1 failure.
Okay, so the Triumph also counts as a success.
Right.
The success from the Triumph, unfortunately, is canceled by the failure, so you don't actually hit them. However,
Right.
all, you said 3 or 4 advantages?
3, it's 5 actually.
5 advantages. So all 5 of those advantages and the Triumph still happen. So describe the situation and the scene to me in a way that really cool stuff happens without actually hurting them.
Right, so we're sort of stuck in the booth, right, with them on either side.
Mm-hmm.
So I sort of go to claw the guy, but I miss him, and hit that the curtain that we had before, and so it comes down on the head, so blinding him. Is that?
I like it. So the curtain comes down and wraps around him. Maybe you grab the ends of it, pull, and so these 2 minions kind of squish up close to each other and are wrapped up in this this curtain. And at the same time, the curtain on the other side had a rope to it, and it comes too. And as you pull that one down, you look and you can see Fang as he is round in the corner, so you know which way he went.
Right.
Do you want to leave him, or do you want to kill these guys?
Leave him and follow the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat window.
Oh.
Spang. Yeah.
Uh,
Now, quick question. What does agility get me?
Agility is your dex, if you're thinking D&D terms. It's how agile you are, and so skills that have to do with agility are things like your shooting skills, your coordination, your piloting skills, and stealth.
All right. Well, I'm going to say I immediately head after him.
Okay. So you can. So earlier I said that you have 1 maneuver and 1 action per turn. You can take a second maneuver either by burning your action or taking 2 strain. So at the top of your character sheet, you see both a wound threshold and a strain threshold. Strain is kind of like your physical or mental stamina. And so if you take 2 points of strain, you can actually have 2 maneuvers. At this point, Spang is long range from you guys. And so in order for you to close to medium range, you would need to do 2 maneuvers to get close.
I have a long-range weapon, so I'd like to take a shot at him, if you don't mind.
Go for it. 3 purple.
Like, this may flat out kill him if I actually hit.
We'll see.
Well, that's not the goal. I don't want him dead. Can't pull his legs off and hear him scream if he's dead. 2 successes.
Okay. So you hit him.
Inflicting.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so take your base damage for your weapon and then add 2. 1 for each success.
So I hit him with 11 damage.
Oof. All right. So he has a soak of 2, so he's only going to take 9 of that. So your blaster bolt arcs out and gets him in the shoulder. He kind of stumbles a little bit, and you can tell that he's really hurt by it, but he's so determined to get away from you guys that he's still running. And in fact, it is now his turn, and he uses both his action and his maneuver to run away. So he's now at extreme range for you guys. First PC's luck.
Well, Stan, you can take 2 strain to get closer to him, and I'll be right behind you.
Sure, I'll do that. Let's charge after him. Just massive guy. Yeah.
All right. So,
so I take 2 strain.
Take 2 strain, and now you are at long range from him.
All right. And can I? No, I can't shoot him with like a medium weapon.
You with a medium range weapon, no. Has to be a long range weapon.
Right. So what else can I do? Can I take more strain, run after him, or?
No.
No.
You can make a skill check of some kind. You could.
Can I make like athletic?
Well, here's what I'll say. You guys have 3 light side destiny points to use. If you spend one of those, then you can describe the environment in such a way that yes, you could make an athletics check to try and get him a little closer.
Let's do that then.
Okay, so I'm going to spend that light side point. Tell me what the outside of this bar looks like.
So, I guess it's crowded. It's a crowded sort of say street. There's I'm awful at describing things. I'm sort of imagining it to be kind of sort of a scummy part of town, like there'd be narrow alleyways, so it'd be difficult for him to run straight away. Maybe he'd go down.
Maybe he trips on something.
Maybe he's tripped. Maybe he's ran into like someone on the way out, knocked into them, slowed him down.
Well, I'd like to somehow get it so you could make a check and actually get closer to him. So here's what I'll say. He ran out in this alleyway, but it's not really a proper alley. Instead, on the other, it's a narrow walkway off the side of this building, and there's just empty space beyond it. So he's kind of running around this hollow area, and you see a beam that stretches across it. And
right.
You can make an average coordination check to try to, coordination or athletics to try and jump up, pull yourself up, and run across it. And doing that will get you 1 range band closer to him next turn.
Okay, I'll do that. And average is 2 purple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got 2 advantages. I've got 1 failure, 2 advantages, and 3 successes.
Okay. So you have a net of 2 success and 2 advantage?
Yes.
Okay. So you are successful jumping up on that beam. You're used to the hunt and to pursuing your prey, and you just do what you have to do. You get up on that pole and you kind of balance yourself and you start running, and you're going to have a boost die to either your or CH1's next check, and that's your choice.
Alright.
All right. I think CH1, you still have a turn.
I will follow suit onto the
Okay.
beam.
All right. That'll also be an average. So take 2 strain, and then also an average coordination or athletics.
Athletics.
I mean, I've never heard of an athletic droid, but you are a bounty hunter, so maybe it's something.
I'm a
in your,
droid. I don't get tired.
Yeah.
And I do have athletics. Excellent. So this can go well or go bad.
See?
I got 3 advantages out of that.
So no success. So you.
Do I add a boost die? Did he give me a boost die? I can't remember.
Trey'Essek, did you want to give a boost to CH1 or to yourself?
I'll give it to.
If you're closer, keep it.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Yeah, because.
Okay.
I didn't succeed or fail here.
So yeah, no. You failed. You had to have a net success in order to succeed. So you did fail. You didn't jump up on the beam, but your advantage is, you didn't die. So I'm going to say that you ran up to the bar and you were about ready to pull over, and you thought that you weren't quite able to do it. So you
Damn
didn't
my
actually make the jump.
imperfections!
And what do you want to do with your free advantages, though?
I'm gonna keep the advantage so I can use it.
Take the advantage.
Yeah,
Take him.
to sort of like shoot him.
So that'll give him. I can apply a red die to. God, I cannot remember that name.
What, Spain?
Cateau?
He is Spain.
Spain. Sorry. And I would. That requires 3. Yes.
It would take. I'll say that it'll take 1 to add a black die to his next check, and so you still have 2 left to spend, and you can use that to add a blue die to the next person to go, or to whoever you choose.
I'll give a blue die to Stan and give him a black die.
Okay.
And give Spang a black die.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. Nerf herder.
Nerf herder. So he's going to kind of look over his shoulder, and just as the Trandoshan jumps up on this bar and start running toward him, and sees the droid kind of hold up and try to go around another direction. So right now he is actually going to come a little bit closer to you, Trey'Essek, and so he's going to go right now long range. Yeah, he's going to use his maneuver to close towards you to medium range. He's going to draw out his blaster and take a shot at you.
I gave him a black die.
You did, and I will add that in. If I don't, you guys will see that I didn't add that in.
I will. I see everything.
And so he misses, and he has a threat, and threat is that he is exposed. He's not behind cover, so that's another boost die to whoever goes next.
I'm not running out of these now.
You'll have to re-roll 1.
Yeah.
If the app was working, you could just keep batting more, but unfortunately it wasn't working on the end.
So I'm at medium range to him?
Yes.
Still? Okay. Well, I'm not wanting to kill him. I'm going to try and get closer to him again and
Mhm.
sort of tackle him.
Okay. So it takes one maneuver to get from medium to short, and then one more maneuver to get from short to engaged. So you would have to either burn your action, which I don't think you want to, or take 2 more strength.
I'll take 2 more strain.
Okay.
Just do it.
So tackle
Straight
him. Make
up.
me a brawl check, and
Brawl.
at engaged, all engaged range are 2 purple, and all of your blue die that you got.
Okay, so it's a brawn, which is 4 these green, plus by 3 of these. Wait, was it brawl or brawn? Did you say?
Brawl. Brawl.
Alright, okay. Plus these. And that's what I'll work. Okay, let's say advantage 1. Advantage,
Actually, before you do that,
yeah.
you have to jump down from this beam back onto the platform. So make me an easy coordination check to get down. And I won't make you spend your boost die for that.
Okay, where's coordination?
Coordination is agility.
Agility, alright. And I use 1 purple. Okay.
Yep.
That's 2 successes. And
Perfect. So go ahead and make your brawl check now with all of those good dice and not enough bad dice.
Which bad dice do I have for the brawl?
Well, it was going to be 2 purple, but I'm going to spend a destiny point to make it 1 purple and 1 red.
Oh, 1 dead. Okay. And some good. Okay. Okay. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 advantages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. 2 disadvantages, and 2 threats rather, and a failure. So
Okay.
I mean, I think I succeed.
I think you succeed big time. So you take him down, and you're going to try not to kill him.
Yeah. I'm just sort of wanting to tackle him and get more information out of him.
So you hit him.
I think it's very hard, considering just how hard you won.
So I've just sort of smashed him here.
You smashed him, and as you kind of stand up over the body, you see that he is out cold. He's not dead, but he is not awake either.
Right. Okay.
Well, that's an easy fix.
I know, we can just throw water on him or something. Okay. So I'll wait for the droid to catch up if I can.
Okay, we can step out of initiative and let that happen.
Yeah. So I kind of want to keep him in case we need him again for more information. So we need to.
We could wake him up now, if the GM allows that.
Make me a hard medicine check to wake him up now. If not, he'll wake up in about 6 hours.
There is a physiological technique that they use in the Marines that is known as a sternum rub. Basically, they take this knuckle, place it to your sternum, press real hard, and start grating against the bones in your chest.
And that only works if you are not quite that out. And with Trey'Essek pulling him down for 10 wounds, and he already only had 3 left, it doesn't work.
I say we find a place. Easy. I've got some binders here. We can just lock them up and come back for him in 6 hours. I check out. He mentioned something about the spider, and he also told us where it lives. So I'd say we go to the spider, have him locked up somewhere. So
I would say going to the spider is a good idea. We need more information on the guy. I don't feel like walking into a death trap. I really don't.
Right. So we're gonna bind him up somewhere if we can.
Let's take him back to the office.
Good idea. Take him back there. Lock him up. Sorted.
As you guys get back to Chopper's Chopper kind of just looks at you and says, Really?
Yes, really.
He ran. He ran.
All
I tried
right,
to
over here. He points you toward the corner of his office. He's got a little cot laid out, and you guys carry Spang's lifeless body, and Trey'Essek just kind of flops him down on there.
Is there anything I can chain him up to?
Is there anything you can witch?
We can chain him to.
Yeah.
There's bedposts on the cot.
Okay, I'm gonna lock him in there then, so he
Okay.
doesn't escape.
Perfect.
So I said,
And Chopper
Right.
says, I'll make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
okay,
All right. So you guys want to head to the spider next?
to the spider. Yep.
To the spider. No one shot me yet.
All right.
I was.
Hey,
no,
hey, the droid is always shot. Always.
Just
I don't know
wait, you'll
why.
get completely dismantled soon.
Damn her nuts. You're gonna play football with my head. Points to you if you know what I'm talking about.
I guess they don't get many points then. There we are. That's what I'm looking for. Don't find me. All right. So as you guys are walking through the spider, it's getting real late at night now. The sun is definitely down, and the planet's artificial weather generator has decided that it's going to rain now where you're at. So it's cold, pouring rain as you guys are walking down the road toward the spider. Go ahead and make me a hard perception check with one black die because it is dark and rainy.
Okay. Hard. Be what, 3 of these?
I got absolutely nothing.
You did get absolutely nothing.
This is going to go closer.
Although you also didn't add the three purple.
Oh.
Oh, I
great.
didn't. I need to add 3 purple.
Hard. It's a hard perception check with the black die as well.
Okay, I screwed up then.
That's right.
Okay. I got
So
4.
apparently,
4 disadvantages. A threat. 1 failure. I got a triumph again and a
Okay.
success.
I got 2 successes and 3 threats. 3 threat.
All right. So with your successes, you guys see just this large green. I'll try and see. I don't know how well this will work if you guys can see him very well on my screen, but you see this large green Nikto standing up high above you in the street, and the threats that both of you generated are that he has phenomenal shot at you, nice and clear with no obstacles in the way. The triumph that Trey'Essek rolled, what would you like that to do?
Perhaps give. You said there was rain, so perhaps conceal me a little bit more than the droid, rather than make me less of a target to him somehow.
Oh, you can be a little more triumphant than that.
Well, so he's sort of above us. If I'm,
You happen to be closer to cover.
yeah, maybe that as well. Close
Okay.
to cover. Less
Okay. So I'll do both. You're a little more concealed because the droid, it's wet metal, so all the light's reflecting off of him.
Shiny.
But you're a little more hidden, so that'll be another black die, and you're right next to cover, so it'll just take a maneuver to get into cover once bad things happen. Speaking of which, bad things happen. Roll me initiative again.
Bad things happen.
Is this?
How does the BBEG not have a initiative skill? Oh well, go for green.
Willpower again? Is it?
Yep.
Okay. That's 2 adventures and 2 successes.
Okay.
2 adventures and 2 successes.
And CH1, what's your initiative roll?
Alright, and the initiative. God, can never remember the initiative. That's
Your
the
willpower or vigilance.
right. And I get a black die to that.
No, not on this one.
I'm gonna also seek cover. I succeed with 1 advantage.
Okay, so the PC, NPC, PC, and he's actually going to, because of all of your threats, he's going to get a surprise round on you. So you saw him, but he's already aiming down the sights at you. So because he sees the droid a lot more easily than he sees the Trandoshan, he's going to try and take out the droid. And he is at medium range to you guys. And he has a black die because of the rain. So every long range attack will have 1 black die for this encounter because of the rain.
You said all long range?
All ranged. So unless you close and start punching him, if you use a blaster or a slug thrower, it's going to be +1 black die. So he has 2 successes and advantage. So he's going to do, 7 plus, he's going to do 9 damage. So the way you take those wounds is you remove your soak value first, and then you take whatever's left over.
Alright, so I added more obligations, so my armor is at a total of 5.
Okay. So that 9 take away the 5?
I will take 4 wound.
Perfect. Alright, now it's the actual initiative order, so I need a player character.
You needed which? I'm sorry?
PC, one of you guys.
Oh. Let's go. I mean, I've got a sort of plan. Can I sort of climb up to him? And if I...
Sure. To do so, it would be an average athletics check. But because of the rain and everything being, Star Wars, everything's metal, it's all wet, so it's still going to be with a setback with a black die.
Okay. So average is 2 purples. Let's do this. We 3 threats. 2, 3, 4 advantages, and 3 successes.
So 3 success, 3 failure, and 4 advantages. So you have a net of just 4 advantages left over.
Right.
So you are unsuccessful in climbing up to him, but you still have a lot of good things that happen anyways. So what are those good things that happen?
Good things to happen on climb. Perhaps he's noticed that this hulking lizard monster is climbing up to him, and he's distracted from future shots. So take another black die.
Okay. He's kind of like, who is this Trandoshan trying to climb toward me? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I got a droid and a lizard man. This isn't my day. I should have stayed home and had cookies.
Well, he is this big burly professional bounty hunter. So
bounty hunters like cookies too.
Yeah. And speaking of which, the only downside of Google Plus playing is that there's no pizza.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me make a phone call. No, kidding. All right. So it's his turn now, and he is going to. Why am I getting rid of that? He's going to come over to the edge and look down at the Trandoshan, who's unsuccessfully climbing up toward him, and he is going to try and take a shot. So he's still at medium range. Oh, today is not your lucky day. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that triumph to score a crit. Where is the sorry, I need to look up the. He's shooting at the Trandoshan, climbing up toward him.
Okay.
Oh, let me, however, not add second setback because of, and it came up blank. So I rolled that second setback because I forgot to add it in the initial roll, and the second setback came up blank. So it didn't change anything.
So are you re-rolling or?
Nope.
Okay. Right. So my go then.
Not yet. Stan, do you have a D100 or percentile die accessible?
I should have some roundabout. This is why you usually have dice. Actually, yes. Wait, just let me go get it.
Perfect.
Product placement. Apparently, I'm becoming Michael Bay.
Oh no.
More explosions.
Yeah. Here's some.
Perfect. So roll me a percentile die, D100, and add 10 to it because he has the lethal blows talent.
That would be 39.
39. So your critical injury is. Oops. That's a critical hit. We're not talking about starships. There we are. Critical injury, 39. That was a stinger. You increase the difficulty of the next check by 1.
Right. So I get black dice probably.
Up. Increase the difficulty means that it's going to add a purple.
All right.
Now, if it had said upgrade, then it would mean 1 purple instead of red. So on your character sheet or on your notes wherever you're taking notes, add that you have an easy critical hit. So what is going to have to happen later is you have a critical injury on you. In order to get rid of it, you have to make an easy medicine check in order to do so.
You should have 2 stim packs on you, so that should help.
We haven't dealt with wounds yet. How many wounds that injury caused? But as far as the crit goes, that also means that you're going to add 10 to any critical injury rolls you have later. So it's going to be an additional plus 10 per crit. So that effect is going to stay with you until it can be healed away. As far as how many wounds he actually does to you, that's 8 wounds. Remember to take out your soak first.
Right. 8 wounds. Oh. Okay.
And that is his turn. CH1.
I will witness this and take aim with my long. He is at medium range, correct?
Yeah.
I will fire at this individual who has apparently shot my partner.
Excellent.
Awful person.
So medium range, 2 purple.
Ranged. Oh. 2 purple and a black die, yes?
Yes.
Make sure I'm doing that right. Oh!
Ooh. So here's what actually happened. You don't hit him, and that triumph cannot count as a crit because you don't actually hit him. You have just the advantage of the triumph. So that's unfortunate. But you do have the triumph. Something awesome happened. What happened?
What weapon is he currently holding?
He is holding a heavy blaster pistol.
I want to say I shoot his blaster pistol. Not
Okay.
him, but not him.
Okay. I like it.
Doesn't happen enough in the movies, but damn it should.
There you go. All right, so he's aiming down the sights at you, and it gets knocked out of his hands. He kind of looks back and. All right, back to the top of the initiative order. I need another player character.
Right. So, did I like fall off when I was hit there, or?
You were unable to climb up, so you had already been back down to the ground by the time he even shot at you.
Okay. Right. So he's just sort of up there. I'm gonna try and shoot him. I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that is a
2 purples and a black.
2 purple and black. Okay. I'm gonna make this. I have got one. I've got 1 success, but it's cancelled out by a failure, and I've got 1 advantage just overall. That's it.
Okay, so you don't hit. What's your advantage?
What's my advantage? I don't hit him. So, is there anything sort of around him that I could hit to knock him off balance or something? Perhaps distract him?
Not with 1 advantage. If you had like 3 or 4, that would probably be about right. But with 1 advantage, maybe you made him duck in such a way that it would give him a setback die, so he has a harder shot on you. Or maybe it made him duck in such a way that CH1 would have a more clear shot at him next time, giving him a blue boost die. Something along those lines for one.
I'll take that. I will take that.
Give him the boost die. Yeah.
All right, so you are down there and you're shooting up with your slug thrower, and Kato steps kind of out of where he's at and is more exposed towards CH1 and his weapon. Unfortunately, I don't know if CH1's ever going to get that chance, because just then Kato kicks on his jetpack and flies off into the city, and you guys lose him around the building. It's kind of just a quick, who are these guys asking my name around? I'm going to try and scare them off.
Alright, so he's gone now?
He's gone.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my stim packs, I think, on myself.
Excellent.
To heal. Yeah.
So Stimpack heals 5 wounds.
Right.
So you'll be left with 5, I believe. What should he?
5, 3. There we go. Okay. So, do you have medical to or do I have to make the medical to get rid of the crit?
If you're going to make a medical check on yourself, it's actually going to be 1 additional purple die.
Right.
So if CH1 wants to do it, it would be off of your intelligence skill.
Okay.
My intellect is kind of low.
Probably isn't lower than mine. You can at least try.
All right, I'll do it.
It's better than me getting another purple dice. You know?
Well, you only had that extra purple die once for for all intents and purposes, now that the encounter is done, it's just an effect that's going to stay there. And this really is only going to get bad if you collect another 3 or 4 crits, because once you have, the critical injury table, I'll show it to you, is a D100 table, but the lowest value is actually 151, and that's instant death. Well, how do you get 151 if you're rolling a D100? Well, each crit adds 10, so if you have 6 crits, that's plus 60. Roll 100, there's plus 60, there's your 160.
Yeah.
So you're okay
Right.
for now. Just don't
Alright.
get too many more crits.
Right.
Okay.
So what do I use for mechanical? What die?
Mechanics is also intellect.
All right. That is not listed.
You should have an intellect value towards the top. It's one of your characteristics.
I do not have one. All I have is my characteristics. I only have 1 intellect.
Okay, so if you were to make a medicine or a mechanics roll, you would only get 1 green die.
I would only get 1 green die.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, my computer's being immensely retarded right now.
Oh no.
So 1 green and 1 purple. Yes.
To try and heal this crit, yeah.
Apparently,
Hey,
I got 2 successes and 2 threat.
excellent. So your threat is that, it's outside of your programming. You're not normally a medical droid. You're usually a hurt them kind of droid. So you take 2 systems or 2 strain for that check.
Me or him?
CH1. But that means that Trey'Essek, your crit is now healed.
Woo. So
All
I
right.
get
Happy to help, sir.
All right. So let's take a
Terminating.
5-minute break. Use bathrooms. Check up on children, because I know my dog's been trying to get out for a little while now. And come back at like 9:55.
Right.
Well, whatever local time is for you guys, 11:55, whatever.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Back in 2.
So,
We're still live. I know. I'm sorry. It's just me you're looking at now.
All right. Hey, we had one viewer, and that one viewer stayed through a break. Yes.
Wait, we have a viewer. We have a viewer. Seriously.
We have a viewer. Seriously.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that's me because I have YouTube up, but I have it on the Creator Studio, so I think that's someone else that's actually watching. So hello, one viewer, and anyone else that is going to be watching this recorded later. The three of us got together on Facebook on the Tabletop RPG one-shot group. So if you're interested in playing a game like this, look it up, Facebook, Tabletop RPG one-shot group, and come join us and play with us next time.
Right. Give me one quick second.
1,000.
Wait. Oh my God. That viewer might be me.
Oh.
Do you have the
Good
screen
job.
up on the other side?
That might have been me checking on it and see if we had any viewers.
Well, you know, this is going to be saved to my YouTube channel, and I have one subscriber after I posted this on my or on the one shot group feed.
That isn't me. I swear.
So someone might see this later. They subscribe to me for some reason.
Hey, I know someone else is going to see this later because my RPG buddy, also my martial arts teacher and my friend, and the guy I got to pick up from work in 2 hours. He's going to want to see how this goes. So.
Yeah. Well, and I posted it to my blog, and if more people start going and reading, then speaking of which, down here at the bottom of my it's kind of hard because I had to lower my video settings, but it's flattopgaming.wordpress.com. It's also down in the description of the video.
Excellent. He's looking at the Almighty. We can see it. Also known as Honey.
No, my wife's at work. It's my neighbor.
Ah. All right. Give me a quick sec. I want to see if Trey'Essek actually has any skill in repairing.
I can do athletics, coercion, perception, piloting, and brawling.
Kyle, was your mic on mute the whole time?
It's unmuted now.
Was it muted when you were thanking the possibly one viewer that we had?
No, I had it unmuted during that.
Okay, I'd have been like, oh.
Because if it was, well, then you guys wouldn't have even been able to hear me. So,
True.
So Trey'Essek, you have an intellect of 2, which means that if you were to do a mechanics check, it would be 2 greens.
Okay.
Could you do a repair on me so I don't burn through what the only 2 emergency repair patches I have, and they don't repair much.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. Then, what do I need to roll? 2 greens and
Well,
how many
what
purples?
is TH1? What is your wound threshold, and how many wounds do you have?
I have a wound threshold of 12, and I have 4.
You have 4, so that'll be an easy mechanics check.
So that'll be at 1 purple die, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, more than half. If you have less than half of your wounds, then it's easy. More than half your wounds is average, and if you're knocked out, it's hard.
Well, honestly, we still gotta go. We still gotta go into the spider's den to talk to folks. So we may as well go in there looking presentable.
Can I?
Right, so I just rolled. I got 3 successes, an advantage, and that's it.
All right, so recover 3 wounds.
I will take it. I have 1 out of 12.
There you go.
How is strain recovered?
Strain is recovered by taking your presence score at the end of the encounter. So I should have mentioned that last time because I know Trey'Essek took a number of strain. So Trey'Essek, take double your presence value.
Took my present.
So you'll see your presence, one of your characteristics. Take that per encounter that you've taken strain.
Okay. So I take what? Another.
Recover strain.
Oh right. Okay. So I recovered 2. Okay.
So he has like -2 strain now. He's totally relaxed. He's ready to go. He's all loose.
He's chilling.
Yeah. Okay, that's not too bad.
Cool. All right.
Trippy. Alright.
How much longer do we want to go? Maybe another hour?
I'm good until I have to go pick up my buddy. So I have to leave at 1. So another 2 hours. I'm good for another 2 hours.
Okay. How about you, Stan?
I can do another 2 hours.
Okay. We'll see how the baby does. If the baby stays asleep, then 2 hours sounds good. If she wakes up, then we might have to call it and continue. But
hey, I'd be happy to continue. I'm enjoying the hell. I love this system.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fun.
Even if you suck, like if your roll, if it dies straight. There, you cut me off, dog. Like even if your roll sucks, you still have a chance to get something done that can change the enemy encounter. It keeps it dynamic. I like it.
And that's something that D&D and other D20 based systems just cannot do. Yeah. And so, yeah, I really enjoy this system, and I'm still trying to get my home group to want to play more of this, just for those reasons. So,
I don't know if you can make them, because if they're dedicated to D&D, they're just not. I've seen this. If that's where they're happy, you're not going to get them out of it.
Well, and for them, a lot of it is setting too. You know, I mean, one of them, he and his wife read fantasy type books constantly. Another one, he just never really got into this in the Star Wars setting.
And versus me, who spent my life on it.
Right, exactly.
I've read comics, I've read books, I've read encyclopedias. They're Encyclopedia of War, for God's sake.
Wow. Yeah, my wife has a whole bunch of books. As I look around our living room, there's books everywhere. I have one shelf of books, and every last one of them is Star Wars something.
I just go to the wiki.
For those of you,
Wikipedia.
For those of you who don't know, who ever watched this, Chewbacca had to be killed by a moon.
Because Chewbacca's awesome.
Like literally, he refused to leave the planet until all the civilians were left, but there wasn't room left on one in the transport. So he's just standing on this planet while a moon is coming towards him, and he's standing on the cliffside shouting at it in Wookiee.
That's Sherry Wook.
Oh, come on, get it right.
Gosh, Brett. Sherry Wook, not Wookiee. Wookiees are race, not a language. All right.
True enough.
Awesome.
So
yeah, I just that visual. I want that in a movie. I want a moon coming at a lone Wookiee just screaming at it.
Star Wars Episode 7.
I think they can keep him. I think
that won't happen because they threw out the bit with the war with the Uzon bomb.
Yeah, who knows?
That's not
maybe they can still throw a moon at him just because, you know.
There you go.
I'm sorry, that'll be the most heartbreaking and yet most awesome scene in the movie.
We'll see. All right, so as you guys make it to the spider, because of the shootout that happened at the cantina, word started getting around by the time you got over there. So I'm going to say this ahead of time, that way we all kind of remember and try to remind each other. Any checks that I make or that you guys make while talking to any of the gamblers inside the spider is going to have a black die added to it.
I'll go ahead.
Yep. People are starting to hear about, what happened with staying over at the Umbra Club.
Right.
All right. So the sights and sounds of the spider are similar to those of many sabacc parlors, with a central pit of card tables surrounded by various electronic games. The establishment is crowded and noisy. Cheers to the company, winning hands, and lucky rolls ring out across the room. Behind the bar, a two-headed Troy deftly passes out drinks using all four arms, chatting with down-on-their-luck gamblers or himself intermittently. A quick scan of the room shows that the Nikto bounty hunter is not here, so you must rely on the various patrons and employees for information.
I'm going to go for the bartender.
All right. So the left and right heads are named Talat and Nero, and Talat looks at you and says, "Ah, what can we do for you?"
I'm looking for Nikto, the one involved in the shooting just outside.
There was a shooting outside? Oh, that's why everyone came running inside. I thought it was our drinks. And they kind of look at each other and they both give this guttural laugh and and whatnot.
No, he was shooting at us.
What'd you do to deserve that?
He has a bounty on his head.
Ah, that would
He wants
make
to
anyone
keep his
trigger
head.
happy.
Typically it does. Do you know of this Nikto? God almighty. Kato Lichos?
As soon as you say Kato, you don't even get the second, his last name out, when the two heads kind of look at each other with this wide-eyed look that, ooh, Kato is nearby. And they kind of lean in close to you. And they say, I don't know who we should speak about this to.
Well, if you don't want him here, we can remove him from this planet and of this life.
So, to get them to spill anything, I'd like an average charm check.
Do not have charm, I have coercion.
Charm is present. You could try to coerce them, but it depends on how you want to handle these things.
Right, what's your presence?
My presence is 1.
Oh, I've got 2 presents. I could do it.
Did you follow me to the bar?
Yeah, I followed you up there.
Excellent.
We have a charming Trandoshan. This will be interesting.
Yes, do it. Do it. Remember, add a black die to your roll.
Yeah. And what difficulty was it?
Average.
Average.
So 2 purple.
Well.
Falling dice.
Right, so I've got. Oh wait. They cancel. I've got 1 success.
Excellent. So let's see who says what. So the right head tells you that that bounty hunter is very quick to anger, and he injured some of our number of our customers over games that have not gone his way. He avenges his losses outside the establishment to keep from negatively affecting his admittance in the spider. Nero, the left head, then says he owes us a great deal of money and has only recently begun paying it back.
We heard from a man named Spang that there may be people here who may want rid of him. Can you point us in the direction of them?
the two heads kind of look at each other, and they kind of look out over the crowd, and um, you know, our boss might be a little better at giving that information to you. And they kind of wave over to this boffin that's over on the side, and he walks over and says, "My name's Corson. What can I do?" And the droid fills them in on your request, and Corson kind of looks around and says, "Well, I don't know. You know, I like to protect the identity of my customers."
Okay.
So what you're
Perhaps-
saying is Kato is your customer.
You assume he means that if there is anyone in the establishment that might want to know Kato is a backstabber, he's not telling you who it is here. But you think you might be able to sweet talk him with another charm check.
Okay. Let's charm him up. And
So it'll be 1 purple and 1 red. That's your difficulty.
okay.
And I'll take this opportunity, since you do have a red challenge die, to remind you that you guys have 3 light side destiny points that you can use. And so what if you use that in this situation, what that would do is take one of those green and make it in yellow. So you have a chance for triumph.
Yeah, let's do that. I think because it's looking pretty bad. Yeah.
Alright, I spent that destiny point, flipped it back over to my side. So now for those people back at home,
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
it's
I have got a threat and a success.
okay. So your threat is just, you've been trying to charm people all night, so I'm going to take the lazy GM away out and have you take a strain. But your success, Corson sees that you guys are honest, underworldly people, and he says Kato's debt has increased greatly to over 20,000 credits, and says, there are a couple of there's a Black Sun lieutenant playing over at the sabacc table over there. If Kato's been untrustworthy, he might want to find out.
Yeah,
Right.
we need to talk to Black Sun after we robbed them earlier this morning.
Oh, Brett, your audio is really messy. Try it again.
We get to rob Black Sun after we robbed them earlier.
Well, the fact that you guys have been standing here talking and not taking any attempts to try and hide or disguise yourselves, and this Black Sun lieutenant's been playing but noticed you and hasn't done anything about it, makes you think that maybe word hasn't gotten out to the rest of Black Sun about your identity.
Right.
We may as well go and ask. If things go bad, we can just beat him up.
Let's approach him on either side of him, so he has fewer options to escape.
Okay.
Running him flat.
Brett, try restarting your audio, like mute and unmute yourself. 'Cause I heard you, but it was very messy.
Is this better?
No, not really.
It may be my mic. Is this better?
Mm-mm.
Oh wait.
Try again. Mute. Unmute.
Is this better?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Fix that. Okay, so you want to
yeah,
go.
it
you want
was
to
my
try and
setting.
approach him on either side of him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So as you walk up to the sabacc table, you guys approach him, and as you try to say anything, he's still looking down at his cards and says, "If you're here to play, take a seat. Otherwise, scram." He doesn't even look up at his cards.
Let's do it. Let's play some Sabak.
Wouldn't that be considered cheating for a droid to play Sabak?
I don't care. If he's offered you.
It's like, screw it, I'll take your money.
So you don't seem like a gambling type of droid. You're a droid that's definitely made for war. So
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can't. I genuinely can't.
the dealer seems to believe that you don't have any special programming inside.
Oh, no, not really.
All right. So Sabak is interesting, and one of the things I really like about this adventure, and why I highly encourage everyone who wants to run this game to download this adventure from Fantasy Flight Games' website, is that it actually gives rules to play Sabak with. And in the core rulebook and in the expansion book, there are no rules for Sabak. So if you want to gamble in your games of Star Wars: Edge of the Empire, go get this supplement. So here's how it's going to work. You guys know Sabak. It's kind of like our modern day blackjack. You want to get plus or minus 23. And the cards are all electronic, and if the dealer pushes a button, they change. So, in order to, and I'm trying to remember what the buy-in is, it's a 25 credit entry fee. So in order to sit down at the table, you each have to spend 25 credits.
I won't do. Am I able to actually play, or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You both can play.
All right, I'll spend the 25.
25 in.
So here,
who wins some?
so the game's kind of broken into 6-ish steps. So first, the whole table agrees on a wager and how much this round is going to cost, or is going to, how much the hand is to go in. Then you're going to use your cool skill in order to make you a pool of good dice. And if you don't have cool, that's one of your presence traits. If you want to try and cheat somehow, you can use deception, skullduggery, or computers. If you do so,
for deception, that's cunning. Yes.
Deception is cunning. Skullduggery is also cunning, and computers is intelligence. The downside is if you want to cheat, one of your purples is automatically upgraded to a red, and on a despair, you're caught. So after you collect your good pool, I'll tell you the difficulty of the bad pool, we roll it. Before you resolve anything, also roll a force die. And then that will change some of the symbols a little bit, and that's to represent the dealer changing the faces of certain cards. Sound good?
All right.
All right. So how much do we want to wager on this first bet?
Well, I've got 25 left after the buy-in. So I'll go in for 5.
Yeah, 5. That's what was best.
Yeah. The Black Sun Lieutenant kind of looks at both of you guys throwing out 5 credit shits. Here? He throws out 5 credits as well. To describe the table a little bit to you as well, let me pull up my description, that way I don't. So the underboss is a Feline. There are also 2 humans and a Qualish and a Weakway seated alongside him. And you're pretty sure that at least 1 or 2 of them are also Black Sun people, so it's not like he's here by himself. So it's it's the 8 of you at the table.
Okay.
So all of you throw in 5 credits. Go ahead and make up your dice pool. This first round's going to have 1 purple die. So remember, you use cool, then it's just the one purple. If you want to cheat using one of the other skills, then that purple is a red.
Right. I don't have anything on my sheet for cool or. I have
Cool.
the only thing I have for cunning on my sheet is perception.
Okay, and cool is a presence skill.
Alright, and I don't have one for presence at all. Or I have.
Look in your characteristics at the top of your sheet. You should have one of your characteristics is presence.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, so it'll be one green die. One green die.
Do I add in a force? I add in a force die. Yes.
Yes. So one green, one purple, and one white.
Green, one purple, one white. Okay, let's do it. I have got one threat, 3 successes, and 2 black dots.
Okay, so the black dots. Hold on one second. Let me put in the boss's dice pool first, and then I'll.
Yeah, I got 1 success, 1 threat, and one dark side. I got a crash.
So those dark side points turns 1 success into a failure and 1 advantage into a threat per dark side point.
So I lost that one.
So you have no successes and 2 threats. And Stan, what did you have?
I had 1 threat, 3 successes, and 2 black dots. So that
So
would
you
be
have a net of. So pull out a purple die, and actually pull out two bad die, and get rid of those 2 of those successes and make them failures, and get rid of 2 of those advantages if you have any. Oh no, you just had a threat.
Yes.
Add 2 threats. So you have a net of 1 failure and 3 threats.
okay.
Ooh. And he also does poorly. Alright, so nobody gains money back this round. Luckily, you already threw in your wager, so it's not like you lose more, but you don't. No one won anything back this round. Because of all of the threats that all of us took, each of us is going to suffer 1 strain.
1 strain.
I am rapidly approaching my threshold.
Did you not recover strain after the last encounter?
I don't. No, I didn't. So I'm back at 4.
Yeah, so whatever your presence is, which I think you said was a 1, subtract that, or take back 1 strain.
Okay.
Alright. Next round, how much do you guys want to wager?
I'll throw in another 5.
Another 5?
Sure, let's go 5.
Alright.
I've only got 20 credits as it is.
Alright. So we're going to do a 5, and we're going to keep it at 1 purple. So same pool as last time.
I got 2 light side, 1 threat, and 1 success.
So the light side, add 2 successes, and add 2 advantages. And so that cancels out 1 of those threats.
So I've got an advantage and 3 successes.
You do. So you earn back 15 credits, and you recover 1 strain.
Okay. I got 2 successes, 1 advantage, 2 threats, and 1 light side.
Okay. So one of those threats becomes an advantage and add a success. So how many net successes do you have there?
So you have the success. Means I've got 3 successes and 1 advantage.
Okay. So that means you also recover 1 strain, and you earn back 15 credits.
Yay.
It's like, help me, I'm broke. Before I drove off from the street, man.
So the Aqualish is going to grab a 10 credit chit and throw it in.
I'll match him.
I just.
And I think I've been adjudicating these incorrect. For future rolls, the force die only affects those that you've already rolled. So for you and I using the app, yeah, it just the way the rules say, turn for a dark side point, turn 1 success into a failure, turn 1 threat into a 1 advantage into a threat. So if you don't roll any advantages, but you roll a dark side point, you don't have to switch anything. So it's not like you just straight up add it. It's you only change it if you have it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
So we'll adjudicate it that way for this upcoming roll. And for this upcoming roll, it's going to go to 2 purples.
This is gonna suck. My go, or we got NPCs.
I'm only rolling for one of them. I'm only rolling for the Black Sun boss. So we all are just kind of going at the same time.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll then.
Go for it. And Stan, if you want to throw your cooldown to, if you're in this round for 10.
But yeah, I won't bother with this round. Just
You're going to
sit
sit out
down.
this round? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I failed.
Oh no.
Woohoo! So you don't earn anything of that 10 back, so I think you're down to 20 credits. And the Black Sun boss earned back his wager, not much more.
Wait, so I lost 20?
No, I said I'm guessing, keeping track, I think you're back down to 20. You lost your 10 credit wager.
Okay.
All right. So he kind of looks around and throws out 15. We're going to up the difficulty to 3 purple. And he gets a boost die because those 2 light side points turn his 2 threats into 2 advantages for last time. He has a boost die added to him.
I'll match him and go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep my money. When this droid has none left, I'll have to.
So your failure is actually a success, so you earn back your 15. You don't. So you've earned back your 15, and your advantage, you heal a strain. For him, he actually earns back 45 credits and takes a strain. One more round.
Sure.
All right, 15 again.
15, 3 die, yes?
3 purple.
3.
Yes.
Okay.
Those light side points saved you. So you have 1 success and 1 net advantage. Because 2 of those threats become advantages, so then they cancel out afterwards. So you have 1 net advantage and 1 success. So you don't lose any money. He doesn't win his pot back. But he kind of gets frustrated and good.
Oh, wait, didn't I just make 5 credits?
The wager was 15 again. And so you paid your 15 wager in. You got 1 success, so you get 1 wager's worth back. So it's a net wash.
So I'm still like short 5 of the credits that I spent.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go again.
All right.
Unless Stan's bored.
No.
Or
That's fine.
would you rather just shoot things?
You can gamble if you're wanting to.
I'm
Um,
obsessed with-
I think it's Sunoka. Sunoka's character, for her obligation, she's able to get an extra like 500 credits.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh my god.
So when my home group played this adventure, it was my wife was playing Sunoka, and the guy playing Matway said, "Give me your money," and he just kept going, and ended up getting like 2,000 credits.
It's so not fair.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm a droid. I'm not,
Larger
I'm not
parties. One
supposed
more.
to be gambling. I'm a droid.
All right, one more.
Yeah.
Right. It's 3 die again, yeah, for 15?
Correct. Oh, so with
Oh.
3 fret.
And I failed.
So you lose your ability to concentrate. You had just such a bad hand that you're not really able to concentrate. And so if you go one more roll, one of those purples is going to be up to a red. And you lost your 15, so I think you're only down to 5 credits now anyway.
Yes,
But-
I'm back to spending 20 credits.
The Black Sun underboss just kind of scoots his chair back, says, "Luck's not in my favor today," and he starts to stand up and collect what chips he has in front of him.
We haven't actually had our conversation yet, sir.
He kind of looks at you and says, "What of it, droid?"
We have an
Pleasure, you want-
understanding that you require a certain individual removed. We can do that. It goes by the name of Kato.
The
Atros.
the
Theatrix.
the underboss was
Big bounty hunter guy?
so he's a Faline. The Faline just kind of looks at a couple of the other players at the table and just throws his head back and starts laughing, and he kind of comes down off of his laughter and says, "Kato, why would we want him to be dealt with? What could he possibly have? What could possibly make you think that?"
He does owe you 20,000 credits, does he not?
Significant amount.
Oh, us? No, he's been pulling in some good bounties as far as we know. And he owes the spider, he owes the establishment 20,000.
Oh, does he? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
My mistake.
That's okay.
The man who owned the place said you might be interested. We're just following up on that.
Make me. I wish there was an insight skill because I like insight.
Insight would be perception?
There is no insight skill. I'm saying I wish there was one. Make me a. So in this game, there are also knowledge skills. Knowledge skills are all based off of intelligence or intellect. So if you make me either a streetwise skill, which is based off cunning, or a knowledge underworld roll, which is based off of intellect. And I'm going to say streetwise would be average, and a knowledge underworld would be hard.
Streetwise is cunning.
I'll do the streetwise.
And give yourself a boost for that, because you do know of a situation that could help you in your planning, but you're just not sure, offhand what it might be.
So okay, so
it's two green and
two
two
greens
purple.
and a boost. Okay.
Two purple, then whatever your good pool is, yeah.
I'm sorry?
Okay.
2 purple, not 2 greens. Unless, I mean, your cunning is 2 gains, but
I've got a threat and a success.
I've got a
and
success and an advantage.
all right. So you think you both are pretty sure that informing the this underboss about how Kato backstabbed the Pikes might put a sour taste in his mouth about the Nikto, because he's already proven to be untrustworthy to another former boss, even a rival boss.
Yeah, that's actually rather important for the underworld types. Let's do that.
All right. So when you give that information to the Blackstone underboss, just make sure I'm not missing anything. Says he did what? Well, this changes things then. I will send my associates to go and investigate.
We already know where he is. We already know where he stays. All we need
really?
to know is, yes. All we require to know is, does he have bodyguards, affiliations with local gangs, what kind of defenses he might place upon his home.
And if we could get some help, that'd be nice as well.
Well, why don't I send a couple of my men ahead, and one of the humans and the polished stand up and kind of make themselves known that they are Black Sun members. Why don't I send them ahead to scout out the location, and I'll get back to you.
Good idea.
Information will be invaluable.
Says, give me your comlink numbers, and I will try and get a hold of you when I hear back.
So let's do that.
He gathers up his. But
can we? Like, is he giving off any signs of deception? Like he might want to hunt us down later or anything like that?
Make me a hard perception check.
That's 3. 4 successes and an advantage.
All right. So you know that he's being completely honest in sending his men to go check out the location, and I assume you told them where to go. However, you also know that his intention of calling you back may not necessarily be entirely honest.
To let us know where he is, or having our comlink IDs?
Actually calling you back. It seems like he is more interested in taking this information and using it himself to dispatch Kato without actually talking to it.
Can't let him do that. My bounty, damn it.
We could just hope that the scouts get killed, and they'll lower the defenses, send in like a meat shield for us.
Actually, I'd rather follow them.
Could work. Could be a good idea.
They'll be the cold Charlie for this.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Okay. You guys also remember that you have one other location to investigate at some point that might be able to provide more information to you as far as what's going on. But if you'd like to follow these Black Sun lackeys now, you definitely can.
What was the other place? Because I don't remember.
It's Zelcom Tower.
The which one?
Zelcom Tower. And what you know about Zelcom Tower is that Zelcom Tower is a legitimate business, at least from the outside. It's kind of the Trump Tower of Coruscant, big old building all owned by one corporation, and they are involved in shipping, as far as you know. Sure that's
I don't recall hearing about that. Okay, what would we be checking there? Because I don't remember hearing about this.
It's another location that Kato frequents, so there might be something going on there that gives you more clues about what he's doing here on planet.
Well, if he's a smuggler, which I'm imagining he is, crippling his smuggling business would actually be helpful, so let's go there.
Good idea.
Let the meat shields take the hits.
Perhaps find more
Alright.
information on them.
Excellent.
Information is an underrated weapon.
Excellent, I like it. So you guys head on over to the zelcom Tower. It's a different sector of town completely because the fighter is in a kind of a middle class area, whereas Umbra Club was definitely down in Skid Row. Well, zelcom Tower is the Manhattan of Coruscant and Imperial City, and so you guys make it there just as dawn is starting to come up over the far horizons. You know you probably have about another hour and a half, 2 hours before this place starts getting really populated with people. So looming over its surroundings, the zelcom Tower is home to a shipping company that delivers goods between the four worlds and the Outer Rim territories. Its headquarters in Sector 1265 is bustling with visiting clients and traders during business hours, but now the place is dark and apparently closed for the day. So I lied. It's more evening time then. So middle of the night. Nevertheless, there appears to be some activity going on around the building under the cover of darkness. A small shuttle departs from an upper docking pad as you approach.
Let's go investigate the shuttle.
Oh, it's above us, inside, and the docking pad attached to the building. We'll have to break in first.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so as you guys walk up, you see this, nondescript shipping ship. That's awkward.
Let's politely
knock.
knock.
Yeah, flying out from the upper deck.
I
Ugh.
should
So
maybe break in, look around. Yeah.
I would say yes. Send the droid.
So there's a couple of options that you can see fairly clearly. There's the front door. GMs love front doors. I'll just leave it at that. You also see that on the side of the bay there seems to be a maintenance bay. And it kind of looks like that you might be able to hack into the doorway in order to open it up. And it's like it's on the side of the building.
Well,
Personally, the indirect approach would be the best. Maintenance bays typically aren't guarded.
If you want to make an average perception check, you might be able to find other alternatives.
yes.
I'll do that.
Let's go.
I was
Yeah.
wondering what the hell that was.
I think it was me moving.
Stan's squeaking over there.
I have one success with my perception roll.
I can do a perception as well. Yeah, just average. That's 1, 2, 3. 3 successes, an advantage, and 2 failures.
So a net of 1 success and 2 advantages?
Yeah. 1 success and 1 advantage would be the net.
Give me just a moment. I hear my daughter starting to wake up a little bit. I'll be back in just a moment.
Stare at the glory of my neckbeard. I could use this as a weapon.
Kill them all.
I will stuff them inside the beard and let them suffocate.
Good idea. That would deal with all your problems.
That's how you should deal. That's honestly how everyone should deal with it. Just grow a massive beard and just drown people in it.
Yep. Just Gandalf style beard. Smashing them.
Did you watch Dexter's Lab?
Yeah, ish. Like,
There was an
I've
episode.
seen a few episodes.
There was an episode where beards were the entire point of it. Like, well, they said Dee Dee made some offhand comment about Dexter not being rugged, so he grew a beard. And like this one guy was using his beard literally as a sword. It was awesome.
I love Binky.
What?
I love Binky. You have to put them back in, and then she falls back in. All right. Although it is about time for her next feeding here in another half hour or so. So maybe we'll finish this set scene and call it for the night and try and organize a time to come back and finish the last encounter, the final showdown.
Sounds like an idea, yeah.
All right. So both of you succeeded, and so because of it, you discover 2 additional ways to get into this location. You see a series of ventilation grates on the back side of this building, and they're kind of up high, or excuse me, the ventilation grates are on your ground level, but they're back on the back. You do also see an elevated terrace up high along the building. It's about 4 stories up, and it's a small terrace that overlooks the city. You can try and get up there, but in order to do so, you'd have to, climb up the side. And if you spend a destiny point, then you would also realize, hey, I brought my climbing gear with me.
Well, I don't think either of us would do well with any stealth checks in a security grade.
Yeah, we can't. Unless you mean hack with like an axe, I'm not going to be able to do anything there. I think. Can we get through the vents? Crawl through there?
That's what I was referring to. We'd have a metal droid and a large Trandoshan trying to get through the ventilation ducts quietly.
Yeah.
Then we've either got the kill everything or the sneak up the terrace. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Terrace.
terrace.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the destiny point.
So, Brett, check your mic one more time. In order to get up to the elevated terrace, it's going to be a hard athletics check. And if we spend that light side point to give you the climbing tools, you're going to add a boost die to it.
Okay, let's spend that then.
Athletics, I have.
Because I've got a ton of athletics.
And athletics is brawn, just in case you don't have it.
Yes, I do. So what do I add to that roll?
So your brawn, 3 purple, and 1 blue. I love the sound of all the dice rolling.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
I failed, and I generated the rest.
have got 1, 2, okay. 4 successes and 2 threats.
All right. So you are able to make it up, Trey'Essek. In the process, however, you spent so much energy, I'm going to have you take 1 strain. With the other threat, I'm going to hold on to that for now.
Oh,
All right.
great.
And CH1, you just didn't make it up altogether, and I'm also going to hold on to that threat as well.
Lovely.
So you have 1 of you on top of the terrace, 1 of you at the bottom, 4 stories below.
What's up on the terrace?
You look around, and there's a couple of very pretty potted plants. They're nice and green with leaves. You also see a door that's going to have to be gotten through as well.
Okay.
And there's a couple. So there's a door in the middle. there's a control panel next to it, and then on either side of the door are a couple of windows.
Right. So, with the climbing gear, would there be like a rope in there that I could send down to
Mhm.
the droid? I'm gonna do that. So I've
So
hooked to pull him up.
he has his own climbing gear as well, and he still was unsuccessful with his check. So my thought is if you make me a coercion check, which is based off of willpower. Or if you want to try and justify another trait for it, but not coercion, coordination. Coordination, which is agility. So you want to throw the rope down and then pull him back up as CH1 down the bottom is also trying to get back up as well.
Can I
Okay.
make a willpower roll to try again?
Yeah, you can just straight up roll and try again too.
Because I got 4 willpower. So. I won't have a boost die for this, will I?
You're still using the climbing gear. And I misspoke that because it's actually coercion that's will, not coordination, which they sound the same, but they're two different things. Coordination is actually agility.
So okay, 2 agility with.
So
What
am I
would be
using, so am I using my willpower or
Agility.
ability? Well, I got 4 of that anyway.
All right, cool.
I got 2 successes and an extra threat.
Perfect. And Stan, what did you get on yours?
What was the how many purples am I rolling?
You're at the top. I'm gonna say 2 for you.
Okay. So I've got 1 failure and 2 advantages.
Okay. So your advantages, your failure is that you don't help pull CH1 up, but your advantage is that you don't actually drop the rope. So you're holding it, and you were hoping to be able to pull him up to get him, but instead you're just holding and you're hold on for dear life. So he's able to get up the rope. Bless you.
Thank you.
So don't mind this roll. It doesn't mean a thing. Do, 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 do. Those are the threat that I held on to. Whatever they mean. All right. Okay, so so CH1, you see the same thing that Trey'Essek found when he got to the top.
Let's head through the door then, if that's the only way.
All right, to get through the door, you're going to need to make either a hard skullduggery check, which is based off of cunning, or an average computer's check, which is based off of intellect.
I'm going to make mine based off of my cunning. What was the skill again?
Skullduggery. Kind of your pickpocketing, breaking things.
Well, I can only hope for the best then, because I don't have either of those skills.
I can try intellect.
I failed and generated even more threat.
You did.
I'm good for combat after this.
Okay, so I tried the computers, and I ended up with 1 failure. So.
All right. Well, even so, you're not able to hack into the doors, and you're not able to pry them open. But luckily for you, they open on their own.
Yay.
That's because they're followed behind by a couple of zelcom tower guards.
Human or droid?
You see 4 humanoids together in this group, and roll me initiative with a vigilance check.
Vigilance.
I can never remember the initiative. This will. Wait, my vigilance?
Yeah.
Is that what I roll? Yeah.
Yep. With no bad dice.
Okay. I got 2 advantages and a blank. So just 2
2
advantages.
advantages. And you had 2 successes and 4 advantages. All right. So it's going to be PC, 2 PCs and an NPC.
I got 2 successes and 4 advantages.
So 2 player characters and then the NPC.
Are they close? Are they within? What is the range on them?
They are at close range. They are right there in your face.
I want to shoot one of them because I've got a skill for that.
Time
Do
to
it.
punch some people.
Let's see. What's the weapon? Difficulty?
1 purple.
Purple. Two success, 3 advantage.
Excellent. So how much? What is your crit value on your weapon?
3 advantage.
Would you like to spend your 3 advantages to cause a critical injury?
Yes.
All right. So these 4 people are all in a minion group, and when you crit a minion group, that automatically kills one of the minions. So you just start opening fire, and one of the minions just gets caught straight in the face, and you just flop. How much damage does your weapon do with your 2 successes?
With just flat?
Just the flat rate plus 2 for the success.
9. 9, so 11.
Right. So 2, 4. So you actually take down 2 people. You just unload into these 4 guys, and they're all clumped together in the doorway, and you drop the first 2 without even blinking.
Finally, the thing I'm good at. We needed a
Second PC.
slicer. We needed our slicer.
So Stan, your turn.
My turn. Okay. I'm going to claw this next guy, whoever he is.
All right. So go ahead and in order to do that, you'll have to move. So use your maneuver to go from range to engage.
Wait,
Okay.
hold on one thing.
Yeah.
I forgot to add. Wait. Shit. I have a skill called Point Blank where I add an extra damage to 1 hit of successful attack used at close range. Does that change anything?
So you're going to take an extra wound off of whoever's left.
Okay.
Perfect.
Just want to make sure that it didn't change anything.
No, it does not. I did one of the maneuvers that you can do, and Stan, I know you said you have the beginner box, and if you wanted to grab one and just look at the character scenarios on the inside of the page on the right side, is a list of different maneuvers you can do. And one of those maneuvers is called aim. If you take the aim maneuver, you get a boost die on your attack. So I apologize I didn't let you know about that earlier, but something that you can do.
Basically, it's a threatening gesture.
You're taking the time to actually aim your shot instead of, Han Solo and Greedo just pointed it out from your hip and take the shot anyway. So it's an aim maneuver. That's my fault for not saying that earlier. 3 hours ago when we started. But it's an extra boost die to your attack, but that takes up your maneuver. So,
Alright.
So Trey'Essek, in order to do your claws to the face, you're going to use your maneuver to move to engage, and your difficulty is 2 purple.
Jeez. Okay, so I've got 1 advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
How much damage do you do?
11, 12 damage.
All right. So you just jump out at these last two guys. One of them looks kind of hurt from CH1's attack, and you claw him down. He just drops. The other one, you sink your claws into his neck, and Star Wars blood kind of squirts out once, and he just collapses to the floor. And like that, all four of these guys are just wiped out completely.
Beast!
Boom.
So they did not even have a chance to act. Good job.
Well, that means they can't raise an alarm unless one's already been triggered. I'm going to bet that it is.
Nothing that you can hear.
That's not helpful. That's not helpful. That's shitting.
Right.
Yeah.
So you guys are inside the facility. Where would you like to go?
Okay, let's try and get up to that ship, wherever that was, because could be anything on there.
So you guys, before you guys jump in on, you actually jump into a private office. And so out through doors on the other side is a hallway, and it leads into an open office space with a whole bunch of computers and things like that.
Right. Neither of us are any good with hacking. We've just established how hard that fails.
Just walk on past those computers.
Okay.
Unless Ezra probably wouldn't use paper, would they? So yeah, it's just.
Is there any data pads or anything regarding of importance that we could possibly spot?
There might be. If you make me. Oh, come on. Where did I see it? Ah, screw the adventure. Average perception check. As you're looking through, you're like, why is Nico? Why is Kato here? And just start looking at data pads.
Generated 2 threat and 2 successes.
Okay. So the 2 successes, you see that Kato has been used for nefarious purposes here. So you know that Zelcom Tower has a reputation of having a legitimate shipping business, but you also see that they have sort of this behind closed doors, underworld dealings that happen as well. So with those successes, you see the Kato's involved. You also see some information that has to do with weapons and very powerful weapons at that being shipped back and forth.
Can I get a new gun?
These weapons.
Is a location listed?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking over you. I apologize, Stanley. I'm quite bad at that.
You believe that there might be at least part of a shipment here, and a few floors up where that shuttle left is the hangar bay, where that might be stored.
Right. Let's head up there.
Go to that then.
Gotta get these weapons.
All right. You guys hit the elevator, and you push on the button, and the elevator is locked.
Kind of like that.
Just like that.
Oh, let's get in. Go to this hangar area.
So you get inside, and you start pushing buttons, but nothing's happening. You look, and you need a key card in order to activate this elevator.
Can we go back and check the bodies of the guards for key cards?
You absolutely can.
Right. So you want perception for that?
So on those guards, you see that they are carrying heavy blaster pistols, and you find their security cards hidden on them. On one of the guards, however, you see a data pad with a note that has the name Karum Sadia, and like the others, I'll put that one in the chat as well. Karum Sadia, and PH1. Since I didn't actually look at your character list too intensely, I'll say that you have heard that name before. Make me an easy knowledge check, which is straight intellect.
Intellect. So
That's based in what?
Intellect.
I got.
Oh, come on, do the.
I got one. I've got one of each from the positives. I've forgotten the names now, just suddenly. One success and one advantage. That's the one.
One failure, one advantage.
Yeah.
So, Trey'Essek, you know that Karum Sadia is actually the CEO of Zelcom Industries. And so, if Karum's office, which you see a sign on the wall, and you see Karum Sadia and his office number, and it's actually fairly nearby, you believe there might be more information there on what Kato might be doing.
That could be a good idea to check out. Let's head over there if we can find it.
Now, let's do that. I've got a pretty good perception, so.
Yeah.
All right. So you look around. You get into his office, and it's unlocked. And inside the office is a desk with a computer at it, and a bunch of drawers and other standard office affairs scattered around.
Is there anything around that we can use that doesn't involve hacking?
The drawers.
I want to check there.
Make an easy skullduggery check in order to get in.
I'm sorry.
Skullduggery.
Yep, easy.
So, what was the difficulty?
Easy, 1 purple.
I got a success.
Sweet. You find. Oh, come on, where were you? You see stacks of data pads with a variety of clients and clientele names. You also see a few Black Sun shipments that are located in different bays throughout warehouse sublevel 1A. And it seems like Karum might be the primary supplier for the Black Sun.
Oh, let's shut him down.
You also find a hand scanner that is specifically calibrated to check power levels and stress points on weapons.
I honestly don't know what to make of this.
So we can take that thing and it'll show us what the weapons do? Or,
yeah, so it's kind of one of those quality assurance kind of devices where you have a weapon system, so you have your rifle and you feed it with the scanner and it'll tell you if the weapon is properly functioning.
Okay, we should take that, probably. Yeah. Guys, yeah, so I'll take that. And what else? So this applying to the Black Sun primarily?
So let's take his key card and take the thing. Head to the hangar.
All right.
Yep. Actually, I think no. No, let's head on there.
Okay, so you go back to the elevator and you swipe the key card and it works. And so you want to go down to the warehouse level where those weapons might be kept.
Indeed.
All right.
Yes.
So the elevator takes you to kind of this sub-level, and then there's so it opens you up on a catwalk that's overlooking the warehouse as a whole. And down below you, you see stacks of crates with people working hard to load them onto land speeders. They're moving pretty quickly in order to get those loaded. As you wind down the stairs to get down off your catwalk down a little bit lower, you reach another catwalk that spans a large open area. The subterranean room is at least 30 meters wide by 40 meters long, and filled with a number of crates, loaders, and other shipping facility equipment. At the far end of the room is a large set of blast doors, easily large enough to allow access by cargo speeder and shuttles. The door must lead to an underground tunnel system capable of moving illicit wares unseen. So you guys have a moment. None of the NPCs, none of the minions that are working down here have seen you guys yet. What would you like to do?
How many minions are there?
You can see they're constantly moving, so getting an accurate count is a little bit rough, but you can tell that there's between 8 and 15.
It's quite a few.
How hard would it be to capture just one quietly?
Describe to me how you want to do it, because that might depend. That might change things.
Basically, get to an area where one happens to be working. Are they working in pairs or by themselves?
Yes and no. So there's an area of the warehouse that's kind of been cleared out, and that's where a lot of the land speeders are coming in and out. And so over there, there's a lot of them clumped together as they're moving these boxes onto the land speeders. So probably about 6 of them are clumped together there. Another 4 or 5 of them are spread out throughout the warehouse. They seem to be going and grabbing individual boxes off of the shelves and bringing them over to this kind of staging area. So you might be able to pick up one of those guys, depending on how you go.
I'll go with that. I'll try to grab one, clamp my hand over his mouth so they can't scream.
Okay. So.
Stealth, another thing I'm probably going to suck at.
So stealth is agility based.
Q.
Yep, these are minions. It's going to be an easy stealth check.
Q. I'm going to roll for that. 4 successes and an advantage.
Yay!
You smother him and pull him off the side, and he grabs at your metal arms and starts flailing back and forth and kicking a little bit, but he doesn't make a noise.
Your soul is mine.
What would you like to do with your victim?
Haul him off somewhere private so where we can have a proper interrogation.
Okay. So you kind of get back into the corner, and it's a little bit dark, and there's a few crates that are hiding you, and you let go, and you throw him in the corner, and he kind of hits the wall. What are you doing here? What's this all about?
Information that we require.
Information on what? Who are you? How did you even get in here?
Broke in, killed guards, and we're looking for a shipment brought to you by Cateau.
The bounty hunter?
Yes.
No, he hasn't brought anything here.
We found a shipping statement downstairs that he brings lots of lots of material through this particular port.
He might have brought some spice through here a few weeks ago, but that's all long gone by now.
Don't try and lie to us.
Go ahead and make me an easy coercion check.
Coercion check. Okay.
No, do not. Damn it.
Is it how many purple?
Easy, 1 purple.
Easy, 1 purple. Okay.
All right, I accidentally deleted my app, so it'll take a second longer.
That's it.
Because I am a genius.
Okay.
And for some reason, it's accepting. Good
That's
God.
2 success.
Look at that. Let me for our viewers at home. Brett, I clicked on your screen so that we only look at you. Look at all of those successes and advantages.
These,
Wow.
the ones with the dot. Those are the advantages I just gained by scaring the crap out of this guy.
Good.
So-
I just got 2 successes. Oh,
Just
there
as
we go.
success as well? Okay. So, CH1, how do you scare the pants off this guy?
Well, generally
Oh.
just by looking like a massive lizard man is pretty scary enough. You know, same as before, showing off my claws and teeth and generally looking scary.
I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna grab him by his jaw and lift him. Make my point.
All right, he kind of grabs out your metal arms and kicks and flails. The spice is gone, but he's coming back later tonight. He's coming for these weapons. That's
Where
all
are
I
the
know.
weapons?
Let me down.
Where are the weapons?
He kind of stops flailing and looks down at you, and kind of his eyes look all over the warehouse. Where do you think, genius?
I'm gonna tighten my grip a little bit.
And he collapses.
And he what?
You can see he's starting to collapse, and you think that if you squeeze much harder, you'll actually peel him off. These crates! Crates! Everywhere! Crates!
I'll drop him. Which particular crate?
All of them.
All of them. How many guns does this guy have?
This is a gigantic organization moving a lot of material. And your characters would know this, but the Black Sun is a criminal organization that is so large that they may actually have more soldiers than the Empire.
And they're probably better shots
And
too.
they're
Yeah, so this is an organization that even the Empire turns their back on, or turns a blind eye to, because they can't compete. So knowing, your character knows that this is not unreasonable.
Yeah, I was asking that myself because I was like, how many? Like this guy has more guns than a Texas gun nut.
Maybe
I'll
we
ask
should,
I was going to ask him one last question, which was, where are his best guns? Which crate?
Look for crate number 4772. Item number 4772 is the better one.
Bring them both.
So as you kind of study the crates, you realize that that's more of a generic item number, and that a lot of these crates have that item number on it.
right.
And so you see one right next to you.
Let's rip
So-
one open.
So you rip it open, and inside you find a crate full of thermal detonators.
Brilliant.
I found candy.
We should just destroy this warehouse, cripple the Black Sun's operations. Because perhaps light a couple off, chuck them about, escape. Boom.
I would actually err on a different. I'd actually suggest a different thing. I'd suggest an ambush because thermal detonators can be activated, if I'm not mistaken, by remote.
So the way that they work just like other grenades here in this system, which means you can choose how long they burn for between 1 and 3 rounds.
Right.
I might be thinking of a different type of detonator. Regardless, I'd say at the very least that we should start collecting them.
Let's load them up then.
Just gather the best guns that the guy has. Take some detonators for ourselves.
Head on down and blow him up. Good idea.
It's a warehouse, and if it's a warehouse full of possible explosives, that'd be a great thing.
It would. What if we could lure him over here somehow, and then blow the place up with him inside, sorted.
Now, the problem with bounty hunting is that you kind of need to present either the body or the living victim.
Oh, yeah. True. If we disintegrate him. Right.
You also see on some of the crates that aren't labeled number 4772 are some crates labeled number 3826.
Open some of them.
And inside there, you find, where was it? I just had it. Some standard blaster pistols, but also some blaster rifles.
I have one blaster rifle already.
I use range, heavy. Which ones are heavy?
So most of your rifles are. So your slug thrower should be the blaster rifles ranged heavy, whereas most of your pistols, your heavy and your regular blaster pistol are ranged light. Also, grenades are ranged light.
Okay.
I can use both ranged and light.
Well, so there's two ranged attack skills, ranged light and ranged heavy. So your ranged light is your pistols and your grenades, whereas ranged heavy is your rifles and larger.
Okay. Right, so Right. I think I'll just keep my slug thrower. It's quite a decent one.
Right.
Anything with an extreme range on it.
Not without modification, and you don't see either the equipment necessary nor the tools to conduct any modifications around you.
How many weapons could I carry?
So your encumbrance threshold, I believe offhand it's 4 plus your brawn, and everything has an encumbrance threshold to add to it. I believe your standard pistols are a 1, and your blaster rifles might be a 2. So take a look at your character sheet and just kind of use that to eyeball how much more you can carry.
I could probably carry another rifle, I think. I think I'm going to take that rifle, so I've got a long-ranged
Alright, so let me give you the blaster rifle stat. It uses the skill ranged heavy. It does 9 damage as its base. It scores a crit on 3 advantages. It goes out to long range, and its special setting is stun. So you can use stun instead of your regular kill bolt.
Okay.
See, that last part is not on my sheet.
No? Doesn't have a stun setting on your?
Not on mine.
So almost all blasters have a stun setting as well. So add those on.
Um, does it work? Can I scan it? Check if it works.
You absolutely can. Are you just scanning the blaster rifle?
Yeah, I'll just scan my rifle.
Okay. This one you grabbed, everything seems to be okay with.
Okay.
However, as you kind of bring the scanner down towards your belt, where I'm assuming you're starting to store those thermal detonators, it makes a squeak.
So this thermal detonators are bust then.
They might
That's
be.
probably not good.
Make an easy computers check to use the scanner on them.
All right. Computers is intellect. So.
Kyle, I'm gonna have to.
I got.
I'm gonna have to bail in a few.
Yeah, I was seeing the clock and trying to.
Okay. I got failure and 2 advantages on that just there.
Okay. So you notice that something happened, but you're not sure exactly what it means on these thermal detonators.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, do you guys want to execute your plan to get out of here and do your final confrontation against Kato?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we'll spend the last 5 minutes or so getting out of here, and then we'll call that for the night.
Okay.
So how do you want to get out?
Well, I kind of want to cripple the operation and just blow the place up, but so if we like,
let's make a splash.
Yeah.
Let's go with the land. Is the land speeder currently docked? Is a ship in the area? What's up?
I'm going to spend a destiny point to say no. While you guys were interrogating the speeder that was down there, left. And so, with that occurring, the minions that didn't go with it are now starting a search party, and you can hear them looking for their lost friend.
okay, so I say, does the would the blaster lead to the outside? If we tried to get through there or open it.
Yes.
You mentioned underground tunnels. Can we use those to escape at any point?
You absolutely can. Although it's probably going to be a very long walk without a speeder. Although, with spending that destiny point back, you can say another speeder comes in.
Oh, yeah, we could just destiny point this, yeah. Couldn't we? Bring in another speeder.
Alright, so another speeder comes in rather close to you guys, and it only has a single rider on it.
Okay, let's take him out. Give him a...
I'd like to shoot him with a stun. What are the stats on what are the dice rule for the stun?
So for the stun setting, everything is the same. It's just that you do strain damage instead of wound damage. So I'm going to say that when you guys saw this speeder come in, you guys ran over to it, so you'll be at medium range from this speeder.
That'd be a 2 difficulty.
Correct. And don't forget about the aim maneuver that I forgot to tell you about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just add a blue die to that if you want to spend your maneuver aiming.
I already rolled mine. Like an idiot.
Sorry. That's right. So you hit him, and you got 2 extra strain instead of wounds. So you're using the blaster rifle, so it's a total of 11, is that correct?
Yes.
Alright, the pilot of that speeder slumps forward onto the controller. Your threat is that he hits the accelerator and he starts moving as well.
Oh no. Could I try and shoot him so he falls off?
Absolutely.
So
make a medium range shot.
Medium range shot. To which difficulty?
2. 2 perfect.
Okay. So I got 2 successes.
All right. So you hit him just a way that he slumps off of the controls and pulls it back, so the speeder starts slowing down.
Okay.
I say we hop on the damn thing and get the hell out of here.
Yep. Hop on there, light a thermal detonator on the way out, and boom.
Okay. So for that thermal detonator, I'd like you to make me a ranged light attack with 1 purple and 1 red, and I'm going to spend this destiny point to actually say make me 2 red.
2 reds. So, okay.
So since you have the dice for the beginner set, just roll the red one twice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was going to ask if you wanted me to do that too.
Depends on how many thermal detonators you roll in.
What the hell.
And I will use a destiny point for each of you, so both of you are rolling 2 reds.
Okay. Which is agility for ranged, yeah?
Correct.
Okay.
Like, what? I forget, what does it mean when a red one has nothing on it?
When a red one is blank, that means that the dark side of the force trying to screw you over does nothing.
That's 6,
Okay, so
that's 6 successes.
I've got 1 success, so I just make it.
Alright, so you guys throw your thermal detonators and you head down into the tunnel, and surprisingly enough, you do not hear anything behind you.
There's
There's
supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom, and there was nothing. And that is where we will end it off tonight.
Okay.
Alright. Well, thank you guys very much.
Thank
we
you.
We'll be in touch on the Facebook one-shot group trying to organize a time to finish this. The last encounter should maybe only take an hour or so.
Okay.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Hey, if you want to prepare another campaign to go through, I'd be cool with it.
Yeah, that'd be
We'll
awesome.
see. We'll see. My classes start back in 2 weeks, and we'll see. We'll be in touch. So,
Thanks for running this. It's really fun.
Absolutely. I love this system.
It's been a blast.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. For anyone that's been watching us, thank you for hanging out with us for the last 3 hours or so, however long this video's running. We hope you also enjoyed the Star Wars Edge of the Empire system. And again, you can check out the adventure that we've been playing, Under a Black Sun, on Fantasy Flight Games' website. It's completely and utterly free. You can download it as well as all player characters right now. The dice app we are using, if you Google plus Hangout Star Wars dice, you'll see it pop up in their community. So you don't even need the dice to start playing. You can start playing tomorrow with your friends. So check it out. We enjoy it, and thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.